Today we're diving into a condition that almost 90% of people will experience at some point in their lives, hypertension. It's called the silent killer for a reason. So in this video, I'm going to share 10 proven, doctor-recommended strategies that can help you lower your blood pressure naturally without medication. To understand hypertension, let's quickly understand how blood moves through the body. Your blood needs to constantly push against the walls of your blood vessels to flow forward, kind of like water moving through a pipe. That pressure is always changing. When your heart squeezes, your blood pressure rises to the top number, the systolic pressure. When your heart relaxes, it drops to the bottom number, the diastolic pressure. But no matter the cause, high blood pressure damages your blood vessels over time. In fact, almost half of all heart attacks and strokes are caused by hypertension. So let's jump into the top 10 natural ways to bring those numbers down. 1. Follow the DASH diet. Your diet plays a massive role. The DASH diet, which is basically a clean, balanced, whole foods diet, can lower blood pressure by 5 to 6 points. More fruits, veggies, and lean proteins. Less salt and processed foods. A big part of this diet is reducing sodium intake to no more than 2 grams per day. One common mistake is focusing only on the salt shaker. But added salt is a small portion of your daily sodium. Nearly 80% comes from restaurants and packaged foods. Even foods that seem healthy can be loaded with salt. One Mediterranean bowl from a restaurant can contain more sodium than your entire daily limit. A real-world example. Finland introduced nationwide sodium reduction rules decades ago. Within years, sodium intake dropped by 30%. Average blood pressure dropped by 10 points. Heart attack and stroke deaths fell by 80%. Life expectancy increased for both men and women, but they didn't stop there. They also promoted potassium-rich foods, which naturally counteract sodium. 2. Increase potassium. Think of potassium as sodium's antidote. Where sodium stiffens blood vessels, potassium relaxes them and helps your kidneys flush out excess salt. Eating foods like bananas, oranges, spinach, beans, and sweet potatoes can lower your blood pressure by 5 to 7 points. Important note, if you have kidney issues or take certain medications, check with your doctor before increasing potassium. 3. Exercise smartly. We've always known that exercise helps, but new research shows something surprising. A huge 2023 BMJ analysis found that isometric exercises like planks and wall sits may reduce blood pressure more than traditional cardio. But here's the good news. Any exercise works. High intensity, low intensity, strength training, it all helps. Just pick what you enjoy and stay consistent. 4. Lose a little weight. Even small weight changes matter. For every 1 kilo, 2.2 lbs you lose, your blood pressure can drop by 1 point. 5. Lower alcohol intake. Alcohol may feel relaxing, but it raises blood pressure, especially if you have more than 2 drinks per day. 6. Quit smoking. Nicotine spikes your blood pressure instantly. Long-term, smoking damages blood vessels, making them stiff and raising blood pressure even more. 7. Improve your sleep. Sleeping under 6 hours a night increases the risk of high blood pressure. But here's something important. You can sleep enough hours and still feel exhausted. That could be sleep apnea, one of the major causes of stubborn, treatment-resistant hypertension. If you snore loudly, gasp for air at night, or feel unusually tired during the day, talk to your doctor about getting tested. 8. Manage stress the right way. Stress absolutely affects the body, but the real problem is how we cope with stress. Overeating, smoking, drinking, or sleeping poorly. Mindfulness and healthy coping strategies can make a big difference. 9. Consider getting a pet. This one is fun. Studies show that pet owners, especially dog owners, tend to have lower blood pressure. One study even found that adopting a pet lowered blood pressure more than a standard medication. 10. Know your target numbers. How low should you aim? The SPRINT trial compared people targeting 140 versus 120 systolic. The group targeting 120 had 25% fewer heart attacks and strokes, 27% lower risk of death. There were some side effects, but the overall benefits were huge, which is why major guidelines now define hypertension as 130/80 or higher. You don't need to change everything at once. Small, steady improvements create massive long-term results. Choose one thing from this list and start today. And remember, even if you do everything right, your blood pressure may still need medication. There is no shame in that. Medicine can be life-saving. If this video helped you, share it with someone who might need it. Hypertension affects over 1 billion people worldwide. Let's spread awareness and help others take control of their health. Stay curious, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.